Greetings and welcome to your Feeling Fabulous Integral Hatha Yoga Class. We would like to have for our practice 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks at home and you have hard covered books that are about the same shape as the blocks, you could substitute those. We'd also like to have a yoga strap, and if you don't have a strap, you could use a belt or something similar to a strap that you might have at home. A folded blanket, which I'm sitting on the one that I'm using right now, and of course your mat. Remembering that this is your time, this is your practice. I'm calling this class Feeling Fabulous because I want us to really set that intention in our postures and our warm-ups to invite that sense of feeling fabulous into this moment. We want to avoid pushing into pain, honoring that edge where we feel sensation and intensity, but never pushing into pain with our practice. We'll be starting lying down. I'll be removing the blanket. And when I sit on the blanket, I sit on the corner of the blanket. This just helps to open the hips for me and lengthens through the lower back. You may like to also sit on the edge, or if you have something higher, like a bolster, you might like to sit on the edge of the bolster when we come into a seated position. But again, we'll be starting lying down, placing the feet on the floor and having the knees up. If there's lower back issues in the body, use the hands, elbows, and forearms to help the body down. If there is not anything going on in the low back, you may like to take the palms up and use the core muscles to slowly roll it down. Once you come down onto the back, you might like to keep the feet on the floor and have the knees up if the lower back feels cranky. Some of us may even like to drop the knees together, take the feet a little wider, and point the big toes in. If you prefer to extend the legs out long, coming into a corpse pose or shavasana, you'll have the legs just a little bit wider, ankles going to the bottom corners of the mat, arms a little bit out from the sides of the body. So either position, check in with the chin and notice if the chin is jetting up towards the ceiling, you'd like to create length in the back of the neck. For some of us, that might mean putting the blanket behind the back of the head to create that length, or a pillow that's not too thick. As you come into this moment, notice the breath. To feel fabulous, we need to be breathing fully. And often in our society, we become so busy that we start to breathe very shallow, and we starve ourselves from the oxygen that we need. In yoga, we know that oxygen carries energy. We call the energy prana, and we know that we need that life force energy to feel healthy and to experience a sense of wellness and vitality. When we lie on the back, we naturally come into our yogic breath, our 3-part breath, Dirga Swasam. We can take this breath in and out through the nose if the passages are clear. When we breathe through the nose, we purify the air more, we humidify the air more, and we also move more into the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. When we use mouth breathing, we move or signal into the sympathetic nervous system, or fight or flight. So if we're feeling fabulous, we'd like to take the breath in and out through the nose, if that's available. But if there's congestion, that wouldn't feel too good, so honor the body, and if you need to use the mouth, use the mouth. If possible, as you inhale through the nose, Just notice the expansion through the midsection of the body. You might even like to place the right hand to the midsection of the body, and as you inhale, you'll feel an expansion into the hand. And on an exhale, you'll feel a contraction of the breath. So we begin that 3-part breath here in the body. As we inhale, we feel an expansion through the midsection of the body. As we exhale, we feel the contraction. You can take the left hand and just rest it at the chest area, and on the next breath in, we'll feel that expansion through the midsection and then through the chest and the rib cage. And as we exhale, we'll feel that contraction from top to bottom. It may be a subtle realization. Taking the hand that's on the belly and just placing it at the base of the throat, imagining you still have a hand on the belly. As you inhale, feel expansion through the midsection, then the chest, the rib cage, and then take the breath all the way up to the base of the throat. And as you exhale, feel that natural release from top to bottom. Release the arms, if you were using the hands, back to wherever they feel comfortable. And continue with this 3-part yogic breath, full inhales, full exhales. Inviting a sense of ease into the breath. There's no strain. Feeling fabulous is not about straining, stressing out the body. I am your guide throughout your practice. You are your best teacher as far as you know your body the best. Breathing in this moment, and as you exhale, just give permission to let go of past, any worries that you've been holding on to, any old emotions from past, any shoulds, I should have, I shouldn't have, they should have, they shouldn't have. Feeling fabulous cannot exist when we're holding on to pain from the past that's no longer serving us. So relax the hands, let go of whatever's ready to release. Feel the body surrender to the earth with each breath, honoring lessons learned from past and leaving the rest. Breathing in this moment, feeling that expansion. And as you exhale, let go of any preoccupation with future, any anxieties about future for yourself, loved ones, or the earth. Just trusting that the obstacles are the path. It's happening for us instead of to us, whatever these challenges are. Knowing that feeling fabulous is about looking and finding those silver linings. Honoring any emotions that might move through our practice. Just being the awareness of any attachments or aversions. Feeling fabulous is about enjoying the moment without being attached to the outcome. Many of us have learned over and over again that expectations equal suffering. It doesn't mean that we can't plan, but we need to let go of the expectation or the fruit of the action. With each breath, finding ourselves moving more deeply into that sense of pure beingness and vitality. Experiencing life, both sides of the coin. We wouldn't know joy without suffering. We wouldn't know sorrow without love. honoring any sounds the body needs to release if you need to cough or sneeze or clear the throat. And honoring any sounds in or outside of the room or the space that you're practicing in. Allowing anything that the mind might label as a distraction to just be like a cloud floating by in the sky. Any thoughts that come up to take you out of the present moment, just let those be also like clouds floating in the sky. Just allowing them to drift by. Maybe there's a lot of clouds in this moment. Maybe there's only a few little puffs. Either way, you can be free when you choose to just be the awareness instead of identified with those clouds. Setting our intention for our Feeling Fabulous class, it might indeed be, I feel fabulous in this moment. If we aren't believing that, we might word it as, I am open to feeling fabulous in this moment. You may like to use a different word. You may not resonate with fabulous. You might resonate with, I choose peace in this moment. I am open to unconditional love. Whatever intention, word it in the present tense as though it's already happening in a positive way, and then repeat it to yourself internally 3 times, knowing it's already manifesting. Imagining yourself in that place in nature where you feel revived and energized, wherever that is for you in nature, the perfect time of day or night for you, just the right temperature for you in this moment, feeling yourself there, resting on the earth, imagining a soft breeze just blowing over the body, from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes, blowing away anything physical you've been holding in the body, anything emotional you've been holding or mental. Feel that gentle breeze just softly blow over the face, the forehead softening and smoothing, the eyes just giving permission to relax those eyes, and behind the eyes and the temples, through the sinuses, relaxing as that soft breeze blows over the jaw. You might take a yawn or draw some soft circles with the jaw. Feeling that move through the throat, through the neck. You might clear the throat or swallow. Maybe taking the shoulders back a little bit and under, feeling the heart lift a little higher as that breeze blows down the shoulders and the arms, over the hands. Relax the hands even more. Blowing through the midsection of the body, bringing a sense of calmness to this area, allowing us to digest life. We could rest the hands on the midsection of the body. Powerful energy centers in the palms of the hands. It's why intuitively when we aren't feeling well, we bring those hands to that area that we're feeling a little diseased in. Resting the hands on the midsection of the body, allowing us to digest life fully. These challenges we're going through, the blessings in our lives, we're worthy of them. Just feel yourself digesting all of life in a healthy way. Relaxing the hands off to the sides, that soft breeze blowing through the hips and the low back, down the legs, through the kneecaps, the shins, the calves, the ankles, the tops and the bottoms of the feet, and out through the toes. You might wiggle the toes gently, knowing that you can visit this place in nature in your mind's eye whenever you need to take a little mini vacation in your mind from any worries or concerns. Inhale fully. Sigh it out the mouth. Once more, inhale fully. Sigh it out the mouth. Already feeling fabulous as you slowly bring one foot to the floor and then the other foot to the floor. The knees of the feet are wider than the hips, maybe just about as wide as the mat. Arms come out to a soft T position. Dropping knees as you exhale over to the right, gently turning the head to the left. Inhale as you come through center. Exhale as you drop to the other side, turning the head opposite direction of the knees. So here we're warming up through the hips, inhaling to center, exhaling to the sides, warming up through the lower back, giving a subtle spinal twist, also warming up through the neck. There's nothing to add or achieve. Feeling fabulous is about not feeling like we constantly need to achieve something, being content wherever we are in this moment and all of our perfect imperfections. The ego tends to promise us peace and happiness in the future, and then once we obtain that, there's always another goal added, prolonging our ability to feel that peace. Really releasing here through the neck and the back of the head any unhealthy thoughts you've been dealing with that aren't serving you. Finishing on that opposite side, bringing it to center. Inviting one knee and then the other knee in towards the chest, resting the hands on the knees with the fingertips pointing down towards the toes, drawing circles with the knees, going away from one another, almost feeling as if you're just swimming in a sea of wellness and peace and unconditional love. Inviting it in through any areas of the body that are experiencing tension, tightness, tenderness. Staying connected to the breath. You might even like the knees to just move through space, relaxing the arms out to the sides, or you might like to guide the knees with the hands. The next time the knees are wide, turn direction, so the circles are going in towards one another now instead of away. Giving permission to feel good in this body, to feel a sense of ease and enjoy the sensual experience of being in the body with the senses. You deserve to be in joy. The next time those knees come together, gently hug the knees into the chest and see if it feels good to rock a little side to side. It may or may not. If not, just squeeze the knees into the chest. As you come back through center, extend arms and legs up towards the sky. Keep a soft bend in the knees and a soft bend in the elbows. Take a few breaths, letting that blood supply flow to where it usually doesn't get to go, helping with spider veins, varicose veins. Rolling the wrists and the ankles. You might hear sounds. Inviting in that feeling of fabulousness through these areas, through the joints, for both directions. Take the hands back as you flex the feet. Take the hands forward as you point the toes. Excellent. Bend the knees a little more. Separate the legs a little wider. You can hold below the knees at the ankles. You can latch the big toes with the peace fingers or hold inside or outside the feet. And just explore your space as you rock side to side in happy baby and feel like that blissful baby when you didn't label male or female. You didn't label color, financial status. You didn't label appearance. If you didn't match, or you had a funky hair day, or you drooled on yourself. None of that mattered. Just feel that blissfulness in happy baby and then the balasana. Feeling more sensation maybe through the hips here, through the insides of the legs. And as you come back through center, babies, release wherever you're holding and lower one foot to the earth and then the other. Letting knees drop over to the right side unless the right feels wrong, and then the left. Use the top arm and straighten the top leg a little bit, guiding yourself up to a seated position. Here we might find that blanket and sit on the corner of the blanket. You may like to extend one leg out, both legs out. You might like legs crossed. Choose what feels best for this body in this moment. And then just sit tall. Relax the shoulders up, back and down. Close the eyes, and from a seated position, reconnect with your three-part breath, filling and feeling the expansion through the midsection, the chest, the rib cage, all the way up to the base of the throat on the inhale, exhaling it from top to bottom. Breathing in, feeling fabulous. Breathing out, sending out fabulous. To anyone that might need it. As you sit tall, chin parallel to the floor, crown reaching to the sky, turn the palms down on the knees. Lower the chin to the chest as you exhale. And as you inhale, lift the chin just slightly higher than parallel to the floor. Feel openness through the throat. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift. Just begin to warm up the neck a little bit more. We already took it side to side from our lying on the back supine position. We'll just take a few more warm-ups for the neck, because this is an area that we hold a lot of tension. We all have a lot of pains in the necks that we deal with, and we're giving permission now to let those go so that we can feel amazing, whatever word you want to use. The next time we exhale and chin rest down to the chest, let's take it to the side, inhaling as we rock the left ear to the left shoulder, exhaling as we come back through the chest, inhaling as we rock it to the other side, and just make the movements your own and invite a sense of ease into this area of the body. Finishing over on that opposite side, bringing it to center, chin parallel to the floor. Imagine you have a flashlight at the crown of the head shining right up to the ceiling, and it's a dark room, and just draw some designs on the ceiling with your flashlight. Invite that ease into the movements, and then go in the other direction. And bring it back through center. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Give it a big sigh out the mouth. And let go. Inhale. Anything you've been stacking up on those shoulders, let it go. And last time, inhale. And exhale. Moving off the blanket if you've been using that. Coming forward with the hands onto hands and knees, maybe backing it up on the mat. I will be turning sideways. You may like the blanket under the knees now. You may like the toes curled under or tops of feet resting to the earth. You may like the hands just slightly above the shoulders or under the shoulders, shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers wide and point the middle fingers towards the top of the mat. Have the eyes of the elbows, the insides of the elbows lining up with the thumbs or facing into one another. Lift the tail up as the belly drops down. Take the gaze up and inhale for cow. As you exhale, let the movement originate from the tail, round the spine like a cat, taking a stretch. Feel the crown move towards the earth. You might press down through the lower knuckles, through the toes, or the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the tail, let the belly drop. Take the gaze up, relax the shoulders back. And exhale. Continue here at your own pace, flowing it side with the breath between cat and cow. And then finish in cat. And as you bring it to neutral table, extend that left leg long. You can touch down with the toes and really stretch out that leg. Hop that foot over to the other side and gaze at the foot. Bring that knee back underneath the hip, extend the other leg, touch down with the toes, stretch it out. Hop that foot over to the other side, look at the foot. Breathing. Invite that knee under the hip. Walk your hands up higher, take the knees wider, and move into your circles for the hips. Feeling fabulous here. You might hear pops or sounds, making the movements your own. When you hear that whisper of the heart to turn direction, listen and turn. As you come back through center, bring the knees under the hips, keep the toes curled under, walk the hands back towards the body, stretching out the toes. You might take the little pinky toes out. This might be too much. You might keep the hands forward, or you might bring the hands back to the tops of the legs, stretching it out through the toes. You may like to have the blocks waiting towards the top of the mat. As you walk it back up, release, and tap out the feet. Curling the toes back under, sending the hips back towards the heels with strong legs on an inhale. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Keep a generous bend in the knees, alternate on the heels, walking your dog in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Creating that inverted V shape of the body. Come up on the tippy toes as you inhale, exhale, lower the heels towards the earth. Gently gaze up towards the hands, step up with one foot. You might like the blocks under the hands. Step up with the other foot. Coming into forward bend, you might like to stack the blocks. Resting the forehead here. And Uttanasana. If not using the blocks, maybe hands rest to opposite elbow. Whatever you choose. Take those arms out to T, and on an inhale, rise up. Lower the arms. Take the feet a little wider than the hips. Let the arms be loose. Shake anything off that needs to come off. And then flow it side to side, lifting the heel as you turn away from the heel, gazing behind the back shoulder. Imagining anything that you've been plugging your energy into, media, people, concerns, that's been draining your energy or been negative. Just imagine whatever you've been plugged into, unplugging, calling your energy home. It's like those vacuum cleaners when you plug them in and then you unplug them and the cord retracts back into the vacuum. Retract and bring home whatever's not serving you. Feel yourself just breaking those unhealthy connections. Imagine yourself in a field of wildflowers or tall grass. Slow it down. Heel toe the feet together. Find your way to the top of the mat. Check that the feet aren't wider than the hips. Pick up the toes and settle them down. Pick up the heels and settle them down. Stand tall in your truth. Feel like that sunflower blowing in the breeze, forward and back and side to side, and find center. And then draw roots down through the feet into the earth. Feel like you could pull the feet away from one another, tighten the tops of the legs. Feel the shoulders over the hips, over the knees, over the ankles. Relax the shoulders back and down a little more and feel that energy traveling down the arms. Palms can face the body, or from elbows and forearms you can turn the palms forward. Check that the chin's parallel to the floor and feel the crown reaching up to the sky as though there was a golden thread coming up from the center of the crown, extending towards the sky, at the same time rooting down into the earth. Breathing in mountain pose, Tadasana. Moving in for a few rounds of Surya Namaskaram, sun salutation. Surya, sun, namaskar, to honor. Honoring that life force energy, understanding that feeling fabulous or feeling amazing is about tapping into your natural state of gratitude. Honoring all of those blessings in your life, knowing you're worthy of those blessings. The sun shines and never asks for a thank you card. Just letting giving and receiving be your true nature. From the top of the mat, establishing mountain, holding your focal or drishti point. Inhale and exhale. On the next breath in, cross the hands, bend the knees, big circle with the arms, palms kiss at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Lock thumbs on an inhale, reach forward and up. Take a gentle back bend here, feel it behind the back of the heart. As you exhale, release the hands, hinge from the hips, and swan dive forward, keeping a generous bend in the knees for forward bend, Uttanasana. Plant the hands outside the feet, step back with the right foot. Here, continue to breathe naturally. Coming into your lunge, you might like to drop the back knee, you might like to keep the knee up. You may like to take a balancing lunge, resting the hands above the knee, or floating the arms up. Inhale. Plant the hands as you exhale, invite the front foot back to your down dog. Hips up, heels down. Shift forward to a push-up plank position. Drop knees, chest, chin, coming into inchworm. And then inhale and peel the heart up for low cobra. Exhale as you come down. Take those hips back and up to down dog. On an inhale, step the right foot up. This creates lunge on the other side. Lower high. Balance if you choose. Smile. If you choose, plant the hands, take the back foot forward on the exhale, forward bend. Arms out at T, rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart, and release. Come back up to the top of the mat in your mountain, and feel the warmth and the vitality. Second round will be a little bit faster. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, hands to heart. Lock thumbs, inhale up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, left foot. Take your lunge. Exhale, front foot back. Down dog. Shift forward to push-up plank. Lower it down. And inhale for cobra. Lower high. Exhale, hips back and up, down dog. Inhale, left foot up. Choose that lunge. Exhale, back foot forward. Forward bend. Arms out to T. Inhale, rise up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And release. Staying at the top of the mat. Smiling, if you choose. If you choose to smile, feel like every cell is smiling with you. Remembering there's no way to peace. Peace is the way. It's a choice to feel fabulous. You can choose it in each moment. Reach those arms up on an inhale, clasp the hands, keep the pointer finger up in temple position. Exhale, stretch over to that left side and press down into the earth through the right foot. Lengthen through both sides of the body. Coming into half moon. Creating that smile shape to match your internal and external smile. Inhale to center, lengthen. Exhale to the other side. Press down through the left foot. As you reach to the right, lengthen through both sides of the body. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Sit back in your imaginary chair. Sitting back. It's that chair everyone has dibs on. Everyone wants this chair. It's the best seat in the house. Make sure the knees are not extending past the toes. Lengthen through the lower back. Stay connected to breath. Add a little balancing if you choose. Come up on those toes. Come up on the tippy toes. You might feel shaking like I am. Breathing. We all come in and out of balance. Hold your focal or drishti. Lower those heels as you exhale. Inhale, lift it up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Heel toe the feet a little wider. Turn the toes out. Bend the knees. Inhale those arms up. Exhale. And imagine you're holding an energy ball over on that left side. Spin it over to the right side. And just go side to side. Spinning that energy ball, that vitality, that sense of joy, supreme joy, beyond I want and I don't want. Finish over on that right side. Bring it to center. Gather it into the heart space. Right hand over left. Few breaths. Straighten the legs. Turn the toes forward. Heel toe the feet together. And release. Feeling fabulous. Big circle on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and bring it down to the earth. Having the blocks available. Having the feet on the floor and the knees up. Remembering to honor the lower back as you roll it down or help it down. Give yourself a well-deserved hug, knees into chest, little rock. Fingertips pointing down towards the toes, drawing circles with the knees going away from one another. You might just move through space. And then in towards one another. And then as the knees come close, lower one foot and then the other. Bring the heels close to the body. Take your first block. Press the feet into the earth. Make sure the chin isn't jutting up towards the ceiling. There's length in the back of the neck. Press the feet into the earth. Lift the hips and take the block underneath. Just about where the top of the pant would start and then lower. So you want to be resting the sacrum area on the block. You don't want the block cutting in to the middle of the back or cutting in to the body. So if it feels a little harsh, you might put a blanket over the block. Make sure the knees aren't wider than the hips. If the knees tend to be wide, you might even take a block between the knees. Or you may like to come up on the tippy toes and lift the hips and bring an extra block for height, more height, and then lower the heels. Arms close to the sides of the body, feeling constriction in the throat, and bridge Setu Bandhasana, raising energy with our back bend. 1 or 2 blocks, we're getting the same benefits. Doesn't matter which we choose. Choose what feels best for this body. If you're going propless and you're not using the blocks, you'll just have the hips lifting up. You might work the shoulder blades towards one another under the body and clasp the hands under the body. Breathing. Reported to balance thyroid in either direction. Of course, raising energy. If you've tucked those shoulders under, smooth things out there, release the hands, press through the feet, lift the hips, remove the 1 or the 2 blocks, and slowly and mindfully, like you're lowering 1 pearl of a pearl necklace at a time, bring it back down to the earth. Take those arms out to a soft T position. Walk the knees and the feet a little wider than the hips. Drop the knees over to the right. Turn the head to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale side to side. As you come back through center, you can slide the blocks away and find the strap. Taking the strap around the right foot. Encouraging the leg towards the body. You might lift the chin up towards the shin, or keep the upper body down. A little variation of Janushirashasana, head to knee pose, from lying on the back in a supine position, feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. If you've reached chin up to shin, release the upper body down. And release that strap, taking it around the other foot. The ball of the foot to keep the foot in flexion and to protect the foot. Encouraging that leg towards the body. You might lift chin to shin or keep the upper body down. Breathing here. And that variation of Janushirashasana on the other side. If you've lifted chin to shin, lower it down, release the leg up, remove the strap, taking it off to the side. Arms welcomed back out to that soft T position, crossing that right knee over the left knee. Dropping the knees to the right, turning the head to the left, feeling that stretch through the hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the other side. Turn the head opposite the knees, squeezing the legs into one another if you need a little more sensation in your twist. Full inhales, full exhales. Reported to massage internal organs. Called the smart pose, calming, energizing, cooling, or warming, whatever we need. Inhale as you come back through center. Uncross the legs, straighten the hips. Take left over right. Drop over to the left, turn the head to the right, feel the stretch through the hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop to the other side, turn the head opposite direction, squeeze the legs into one another to deepen sensation if necessary. Keep the arms and shoulders down. Pull the belly button towards the spine on the exhale. On an inhale, come back through center, uncross the legs, straighten out the hips. Invite the knees in, give yourself a well-deserved hug, maybe a little rock side to side. Just taking whatever feels right for this body. You might like lifting arms and legs up again, rolling wrists and ankles. You might like happy baby. It may feel good to take ankle to opposite knee, inviting knee into chest in figure 4. If you do something that's only on one side, make sure you take it on both sides. Staying connected to breath. And then finding your way full circle in your practice, finding your way into your final integration position. If the lower back is cranky, you could have the feet on the floor, the knees up. You might drop the knees together. You might put the blanket behind the knees. You might like to extend the legs out, having them wider. You might like to remove glasses, take off jewelry, or turn off lights. That blanket might be nice to cover the body with now, as the body temperature sometimes lowers during our final relaxation or yoga nidra. Arms can rest wherever it feels right for you. You might turn the head from side to side. You might like that blanket or pillow behind the back of the head. Releasing any tension that might be remaining through the head and the neck. Bringing it back through center, having any kind of wiggle you need to have with the body to really find your way into a place of peace and stillness. Sighing it out a few times if you choose, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting the breath settle, letting the breath express itself however you feel guided. Once more, finding your way in your mind's eye to that peaceful place in nature, wherever that is for you. Whatever time of day or night, visualize either that healing sun or that glowing, healing Mother Moon shining on you in this moment, whichever you choose. Feel that light, that vitality at the tips of the toes, giving permission to relax and release anything remaining through the toes and the feet, through the ankles, the shins and the calves. As you rest on Mother Earth and that place in nature for you, let that glowing light energy absorb deeply into the knees and behind the knees, being responsible for your own needs, not putting your happiness or unhappiness in anyone else's hands or in external situations. You are responsible. Honoring yourself for making this time for self-care. Smiling at that wonderful choice that you made as that glowing light shines on the thighs, the tops of the legs, and behind into the hamstrings, deep into the lower back, in through the hips, up along the spine, through the midsection, feeling yourself being able now to digest life, the challenges and the blessings. That light pouring into the heart space, radiating out that sense of fabulousness or peace or whatever that is for you, through the shoulders, down the arms, cooling in the palms of the hands, relaxing the hands, moving through the throat, letting your communication come into alignment with feeling amazing, with feeling fabulous, with feeling at peace, through the jaw, that beautiful light, that glowing energy, through the sinuses and the ears, letting you focus on solutions instead of problems, unity instead of separation, through the eyes and behind the eyes, letting you see the beauty in all. The forehead soft and smooth, allowing any thoughts, emotions, sounds, or sensations that come through now to just be like those clouds and those beautiful skies coming up through the crown, plugging you in fully to that understanding of your higher power, whatever that means for you spiritually or maybe scientific for you. Resting here now in this sense of peace, honoring your true nature, which is that peace. Change in the breath, just watching that yogic breath coming in and out, noticing the expansion as you inhale, the contraction as you exhale. Feeling at ease is like this, feeling fabulous is like this. Gently moving fingers and toes, feeling gratitude for this body, all of its perfect imperfections, allowing us to experience this world. Roll the wrists and ankles. Just stretch and move the body however you feel guided. Finding your way onto the right side unless the right feels wrong, and then the left side. And just resting there for a moment. Remembering that quote, there's no way to peace, peace is the way. Whoever said it, thank you. Extend the top leg long and use the top arm to help the body up to seated. You may like to find the blanket once more and sit on that corner or edge of the blanket. Taking the pinkies and thumbs together and stretching the 3 fingers in lotus flower hand mudra, bringing this just over the crown of the head as you connect with breath, feeling that lotus flower just overflowing with blessings. Bringing it just in front of the eyebrows, opening up to that higher wisdom, feeling that lotus flower overflowing with wisdom. Bringing it to the heart space, feeling as though you could just smell that sweet scent of the bloom, enjoying the sweetness of life. Both sides of the coin. Relaxing the hands in a big circle with the arms, palms kiss at the top. Exhale and draw the hands to the heart space in prayer position, plugging the thumbs into the heart, bowing the head to the heart. Repeating your intention 3 times internally, knowing it will continue to manifest, whatever that intention was. I feel fabulous in this moment. I am open to my fabulousness, or whatever it was. Feeling a sense of gratitude for the yogic teachings and the teachers. Feeling a sense of gratitude for you sharing in your practice with me. The light, the love, the peace in me honors the same in you. When we're there together, we are one, not me but you. We bow if we like. We say namaste. Namaste.